Hey, what's going on, people? It's SGZ here from the SpartanGameZone, and in this video I'll be going over how you can make a ton of money quickly in Borderlands 3. The Cartel Event is coming up within the next 2 weeks, and Gearbox have said that money will be an important aspect. How much is needed or how it will be used, we'll just have to wait and see, but it'll play a big part by the sounds of it, and we don't have long to prepare. Along with the patch that launches the event may also be more bank space SDUs, and you'll be needing some more cash if that is the case too. So I'll be going over the best methods for gaining cash fast so you can be sure you're prepared for the update. If this video helped you out, I'd appreciate you helping me out by dropping a like. It helps to keep me motivated, and let's crack into it. So we'll start with some straightforward farms first before we get into the more complicated but rewarding one at the end. Currently, a good rule of thumb when farming for cash is to make sure you're in Mayhem 3. It has the highest boost to cash drop rates at 900%, which is much bigger than the 75% offered by Mayhem 4. So once you're on Mayhem 3, the best boss to farm is Graveward. You fight at the floating tomb on Eden 6. He's even easier to kill on Mayhem 3 and will drop between 400k and over $1 million each time. You do have to deal with the insane amount of negative modifiers on Mayhem 3, but he's straightforward to defeat regardless, and it's definitely worth it if you're after the cash. I was able to get around 7 million in just 10 kills, and you also get a couple of legendaries a run too, which is a nice bonus. Another good method for getting heaps of cash is to farm the Circle of Slaughters, and again you want to make sure you're on Mayhem 3. The best slaughter to farm is the Slaughter Shaft, and if you're not aware of how to get here, all you need to do is travel to Conrad's Hold. Then you want to head to the travel point halfway through as shown here, and you'll be able to access it. Once there, grab the mission and start the first round. The Slaughter Shaft is tightly packed with a lot of enemies in a small space. Because of the large amounts of badass enemies that spawn, there's a large amount of cash to be had too, and I received close to 800 grand in just the first round. Again, you will also get a lot of legendaries, and for me it trumps the Graveward farm, at least for the enjoyment. Right now you can also take advantage of the Making It Rain event, which ends on the 23rd of April. This increases the cash drops from normal, badass and anointed enemies, which again makes the Slaughter Shaft a good place, I'd say the best. However, when I tried, I didn't see any evidence that the event was even active, or at least worth it on Mayhem 4. I earned a measly 200k during the first round, so I wouldn't be too stressed out about earning cash before it ends. The last method will make sure of that, a tried and true method that earns you a boatload of cash. Anytime you're running short, you can do this, and in 30 minutes you'll be peaking at 99 million. You have to be careful to do it though, and I'll go over everything so you can be rolling in cash by the day's end. So to set it up, you want to be on at least Mayhem 3, that's what I did it on, so if you want to ensure it works, then follow suit. You also need a low level gun, it's paramount to this method, and the lower the better. You can get yourself one easily by switching to normal mode without Mayhem levels, and head to Covenant Pass. You'll remember one of the first chests you ever opened. Inside will be a level 1 pistol that you'll need later. Ideally you want something fully automatic so you can farm at AFK, but these will do. You can also get a low level pistol by signing in a new split screen account. They'll spawn with a level 1 Vladoff pistol, which is perfect for setting up the AFK farm, so if you can do that, then that's the way to do it. After you've got your gear sorted out, make sure you're on at least Mayhem 3 and head to Wayward Tether. It's one of the proving grounds, and if you're not sure how to get there, the access point is located here in Floodmore Basin, and you'll need to get that before you can travel there. It's located up the hill on the far corner of the map, and it looks like one of those Iridian etchings you see lying around. You'll need to activate it and then navigate there in Sanctuary before taking the dropship down to the planet. Once there, you want to start the trial. In the first area where a bunch of jabbers spawn, a number of thieving jabbers will appear, holding barrels of money stamped with the Jacobs brand. This is what you saw me shooting earlier, but you have to be careful not to break them. You only have a small window of time before the thieving jabbers disappear, so be on the lookout. They'll be purple and carrying the barrels above their heads, which you can destroy if you shoot them. So to avoid that, you want to shoot them below their shoulders, just enough for them to drop the barrels. Once they have, move on to the next one that is likely roaming around. I find the best weapon to set the farm up are non-elemental ones like the Maggie that I'm using here. That's because the water on the floor can become infected with elements and break the barrels if they drop on them, as you see here. You'll also want to avoid any explosive weapons, including grenades, as they can also destroy any barrels that are lying around. Think of this stage as you carrying a bowl of Doritos in one hand and a tall glass of Mountain Dew in the other. They're both overflowing and there's a field of Lego pieces between you and the couch. You have to be careful or your whole world will come crashing down. You'll lose all the Doritos and you'll stain the carpet. That's the hard part, and when you've done all that, all you need to do is shoot the barrels with your low level gun. Thousands of dollars will spill out of them with each shot, and because your weapon is such a low level, you can shoot the barrel well over 2,000 times before it breaks. That's just one barrel, and depending on how much thieving jabbers that spawn, you can get upwards of 3, and I've even seen 4 spawn at once. The barrels do move around when you shoot them, and you want to pin them to a wall so you can farm them AFK while you eat those Doritos. You will have to refill your ammo every now and then, but this trick will net you tens of millions in a very short amount of time. If that's not enough for you, you can even double your money by loading in a split screen character. Every dollar you make, they will gain as well. This makes an already great money farm twice as good, and you can trade all that money to your main account once you're done. At some point while farming this, you might reach the 99 million cap, but don't worry, you can still earn money beyond that. That's just the limit of what the game displays. This farm though is easily the best money farm in the entire game, netting you millions extremely fast, and it'll be here come the Cartel Event and beyond. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned how to make money extremely quickly with no hassle whatsoever. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider dropping a like or subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next one.